I'll be the first to admit that I was so dead wrong with thinking that Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have her Supreme Court justice seat replaced by the election. I said there's just no way. It's just too short of a time. No justice has ever been appointed this quickly to the Supreme Court. And Donald Trump got it done. The GOP got it done. And this was a huge, huge, huge win, not just for the GOP, but just for conservatism in general. It pisses me off. I'm someone who's not some bleeding heart liberal Democrat or anything like that. I'm not rushing out to the polls to vote for some cunt like Hillary Clinton or anything like that. But I am someone who favors progression over conservatism. And that's not just saying everything that is a progressive issue is all fine and dandy and every aspect of conservative points of view is all, just in a shit pile. Obviously, there are aspects of both, but I favor much more progressive society than I do conservative society here in America. And Donald Trump got two Supreme Court justices, two very conservative Supreme Court justices put in the Supreme Court on his already 4-year tenure as president. Another thing that I take back is saying that I feel Donald Trump is one of the most unaccomplished presidents, because this puts him in much more in the accomplished category. Pains me to say that, but it does. But you know what? I don't want to so much harp on what ills I think are going to come from this and what bad things or bad people I think Republicans are or anything. I'm not even here to talk about that, because none of this would be an issue if, number one, the Democrats put forth a candidate that wasn't as toxic, as vile, as completely deplorable, to use one of her own words, as Hillary Clinton. And number two, that said person wouldn't have lost the election to a reality TV show host 4 years ago. So I don't want to hear people out there saying, oh boy, the Republicans wheeled and dealed and cheated and conned and did whatever they had to get their way, and they did it again. No, blame the Democrats for putting one of the most vile, contemptible pieces of garbage on the ballot, and for that person to lose to a reality TV show host. Blame Barack Obama while you're at it too, for when Justice Scalia passed away in January of Barack Obama's final year in office, he doesn't even bring forth his nominee of Merrick Garland until June. And what does Barack Obama do from that? He doesn't fight for Merrick Garland to get appropriate hearings and to get a vote from Senate and anything like that. He just sits down. He doesn't fight for it. He just goes, it's no big deal. McConnell's gonna block everything I throw at him. I'm not gonna fight for it. I'm just gonna sit there and let McConnell get his ways. And this is one of the things that I can't stand the Democrats for, is they don't have a spine to stick up against conservative Republicans. I get it that people are going to be like, well, what did you want Barack to do? I don't know. Maybe pull McConnell aside in January after Scalia died, said, listen, I know you're going to try and block whoever I put forth as a nominee for the Supreme Court seat that's now vacant by Justice Scalia. But here's the thing. You either deal with me or I don't deal with you. You put anything on my desk that you want me to sign off on, and I'm going to shove it to the side. I'm not going to give anything on the Republican side of the aisle the time of day in my final year in office unless you at least give my guy the appropriate Senate hearings and get a vote in Senate to be confirmed into the Supreme Court. But you know why? And we all know why Barack Obama didn't fight for his guy, Merrick Garland. Because at the time Merrick Garland was named as his candidate, he's on the Jimmy Kimmel show reading bad tweets about Donald Trump to him, saying, Barack Obama is going to go down as the worst president ever. And then Barack goes, at least I will go down as a president, and drops the mic. That's the attitude he had at the time. He was arrogant. He wasn't willing to fight because he knew his girl Hillary was going to win. What happened next? So blame Barack Obama, blame the Democrats, blame the softness in the system that is the liberals. Like, I'm sorry, as much more as I side with the liberals than I do with the conservatives, look in the mirror, liberals. You're the ones that vote in a primary for someone like Hillary Clinton. At least in the majority. And the thing that pisses me off the most about this, like, I am way more pissed about this than I was Donald Trump even getting elected to office, because one of the easiest way to get progressive issues into law or just like into the light of day is through the Supreme Court. Like a progressive issue like gay rights, gay marriage, etc., homosexuality in general, acceptance, was through the Supreme Court. Now, yes, you can still get gay rights through the Senate, through the presidency, etc., but I just honestly feel the easiest way to get progressive issues into society is through the Supreme Court, and the gay rights is a perfect example of that. And that's stifled. That is stifled completely now, because you have in Donald Trump's presidency, 2 new conservative Supreme Court justices, and that tips the power fully to the right. It's tipped fully to the right now. And that's why I'm so furious about this. And I guess my lack of judgment was just delusion that, like, this just can't happen. I don't want this to happen, more than I was hearing the people saying, like, McConnell's just going to, pass this through Senate, get the vote, get the hearings. And, whoever Donald Trump nominates is going to get rushed through in a month's time. That's just like, it's never happened before. I don't want it to happen, so therefore it's not going to happen. Like, my sound mind, logic, and judgment was obviously blown on that. And yeah, the whole thing of the Supreme Court being tilted is I'm at the point now where, you know what? Let's go ahead and put feet to the fire now. Let's find out how America is going to react if something that was full steam ahead on a progressive issue gets redacted or gets turned over by the Supreme Court. You know what? I almost dare the Supreme Court to overturn Roe versus Wade, to take away gay rights, take away gay marriage. Because I want to see how much of a spine America has if something like those issues get overturned or taken away. And to the conservatives out there that are saying, like, I hope they do overturn Roe versus Wade. I hope they do overturn gay rights, etc. The reason why I'm so much for progressive issues than conservative issues is because I feel progressive issues make society as a whole more happy. You make more citizens more happy, therefore you have a better society because of said happiness. I get that a lot of the conservatives tend to be a bit more on the religious end of things and see homosexuality and abortion as sin. And it's like, well, I don't want God's wrath, etc., blah, blah, blah. I understand that. And, and that's wrong to say just blah, blah, blah to it, because I understand that a lot of people take that to heart, take that to just honest integrity and want to stick with what they believe in. I get that. And there's more than just a few people that think like that, and they just can't just be brushed to the side like their thoughts are absolutely nothing. But does people being homosexual, if you're a conservative, if you're a Bible thumper, if you're whatever, does people being homosexual make your life unhappy in any other way other than being woeful of a world being filled with sin? I mean, just, live with your scripture and say, oh, well, at least they're going to burn in hell. Go to sleep at night with a smile on your face thinking that. And I just look at things, I go like, well, what's a better world? Homosexuals in happiness or homosexuals with their rights oppressed? Like, I mean, to me, it's like, well, the answer is obvious. So anyways, I dare the Supreme Court now to overturn major issues like abortion, like homosexual rights, like anything along those lines that have been just fully accepted in society. Well, not fully, obviously, because there's always going to be detractors and people that hate one side of the coin versus the other. That's obvious. But oh man, I just got a bad feeling from this. And again, someone who favors progression over conservatism, the Supreme Court losing its power to conservative mindset now, with the majority of the judges in the conservative mindset now, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg being just she was just such a favor of those progressive issues, and to replace her with Amy Barrett now, oh my God. Anyway, huge win for the Republicans, and a couple people were talking to me on Twitter last night when this news broke, and just said how disappointed it was, talking about how Donald Trump didn't respect the honor of Ruth Bader Ginsburg that said she wants the next Supreme Court justice to be selected by the next president, and just her wishes, and how disrespectful it was, and what a douchebag move it was for the Republicans to do this. No, I see this as the all-out smart move. Politics in Washington isn't checkers. It isn't a friendly game of neighborhood poker. This is cutthroat shark politics. I even said to someone, I'm like, you either learn to swim with the sharks, be a shark, or you get eaten by a shark. And that's what the Republicans did. The Republicans aren't taking the chances of Donald Trump losing the election. And as Donald Trump even said it himself, and it's true, he's elected to be president for a 4-year term. And his presidential right to select a candidate for Supreme Court when a vacancy comes about is his right to do so. And it's not like they did anything illegal just because they rushed the process. It's not illegal. They followed the democratic letter of the law here. What, they didn't honor Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Here's the thing. I would hope that, let's just say, go back to Barack Obama. Let's just say there was a conservative Supreme Court and one of the most conservative mind judges passed away, and Justice Scalia, say he was the most conservative mind and he tipped the balance of power, if you could replace him with a democratic-minded, a more liberal-minded justice. If Barack Obama didn't fight to get that justice in, to tip the power to the democratic way of thinking or the more liberal way of thinking, I would come down just as hard on him for being a gutless turd. And I would hope everyone would, even if Justice Scalia said, I want my replacement to be picked by the next president. Please honor that. I'd be like, no, don't wait. Get someone in now. You have a chance to tip the power of the Supreme Court. Let the words of the dead be damned. I'm sorry. The Republicans did what should have been done. You have a chance to take power in one of the 3 seats of power in our system here in America. Hell yeah. I don't care what Ruth Bader Ginsburg said at that point. If I was president, I had a chance to take the power, I would do the same thing. And I'd hope if the roles were reversed and it was the chance to tip the power to the liberal end of things, that you would do the same thing if you were president. So no, I don't fault the Democrats at all for doing something that was honestly smart. Is honestly smart. You could say their intentions and what's going to come from this is going to wreak havoc, whatever. It was the smart thing to do, and I hate many more Democrats in all of this than I do Republicans. Again, people are going to be like, well, McConnell's a hypocrite because he blocked Barack Obama's justice in his final year of office, his justice nominee. But yet he accepts Donald Trump's. Yeah, it was a smart thing to do. And it paid out for the Republicans big time. Because Hillary lost that election, and then Donald Trump got the fortunate circumstance of Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying while he was in office. Thanks, Hillary Clinton, you cunt. That is all.